Welcome to the Full-Time FBA Show. In each episode, it's our goal to help you turn part-time hours into a full-time income selling almost anything on Amazon. And now, your hosts of the show, Stephen and Rebecca Smotherman.
Welcome to episode 312 of the Full-Time FBA Show. Today, we're talking about building Q4 confidence in your buying decisions. And to help talk us through this today is my wife and co-host, Rebecca. What's up, Rebecca?
Hey, I love Q4 and Q4 confidence. Who doesn't want that right now this time of year?
I'm telling you.
Let's talk about how to have some Q4 confidence in your buying decisions as you're stocking up your inventory and making the most of it today on the Full-Time FBA Show. We're getting into the thick of Q4, and we want to make sure you know about our Profit Check Mastery live session this week, October 9th. It's going to be an action-oriented free masterclass to help you stop second-guessing your inventory buys, protect your cash flow by improving your profitability, and it will boost your overall ROI in your business. You can sign up at fulltimefba.com/profitcheck to save your seat. And then be sure to mark your calendar for October 9th at 7 Central so you can show up live. Make sure you're registered at fulltimefba.com/profitcheck.
All right, so I want to paint a picture for you. Obviously, not literally because we're just listening to this, but imagine you're out in a retail store. You're doing some retail arbitrage sourcing. It's right in the heat of sourcing for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I mean, there's tons of great deals out there. You got a cart full of potential buys, but you're just not that sure. I mean, should you add more units of this item? Or should you take that other item out of the cart and look for something with a faster turn rate? Your heart races, and the more you try to make a decision, the more confused your thoughts become.
Or if you're like me, you're not out in the store sourcing, you're at home at your desk doing online arbitrage. You found a great sale at a reputable website with lots of items that match the Amazon catalog. It's a great opportunity to build up your inventory. Or is it? Is this too good to be true? Is there something you're missing in the data? What if you buy too much and it doesn't all sell by the time Christmas rolls around? What if you buy a good amount, but then the price tanks? What if?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is that each time you make an inventory buying decision, you're looking at multiple points of data and having to make multiple decisions, not just one, right? You're not just looking at the item and deciding buy or don't buy. You're having to decide if the ROI is at this level, then can I stand to have a higher sales rank? Or if the item is selling this fast, it'll be okay with the lower profits. Or take the number of competitors. I mean, if they truly are my competitors, or are there some who not really are going to be competing with me for the buy box?
Yeah, talk about decision fatigue.
Exactly. I mean, and sourcing for Q4, I mean, it can be a decision fatigue on steroids. You've got a ton of sourcing you're trying to do in a short amount of time, and you've got extra shipments you're working to prep and send to the warehouse. I mean, it's a lot.
So what can you do about this? The easy and not so helpful answer is to just try harder. But honestly, hustle and grind will only take you so far. When you've got limited time and energy and your mind is already maxed out with all that you're trying to accomplish, that's not really what you need. Q4 is amazing because of the tremendous opportunity for profits, but there's also all this extra pressure that comes with it. And the key to making the most of all the opportunities to potentially buy inventory is not to eliminate the risk or just try harder. The key is to build your confidence with a system of repeatable checks that will bring clarity to your decision-making and help you short-circuit some of the panic and overwhelm that comes from decision fatigue and analysis paralysis.
Right. If you're just trying to hustle your way through Q4, you're going to end up making mistakes. It's just inevitable. When you're running on adrenaline or energy drinks just to do more, to buy more, you're going to get caught up in the moment and make some bad buys. You're going to try to make money on wishes and hunches instead of solid data.
At that point, you might as well start day trading, right? At the best, you're going to make decisions with incomplete information and find out the hard way that you missed something important. Or at worst, you're just guessing at what's going to happen to that inventory after you buy it. And that's no way to build a business. I remember this when I was learning to do RA, and we've seen it with countless students as well. You start off sourcing with a sense of what you're doing, and you try hard to remember everything you need to remember before you pull that trigger and purchase an item. You might have a mental checklist you're going through, or maybe you think more in a visual way and you have a graph or something in your mind, but it's slow going. For me, what made the difference was shifting from the overwhelm of trying to take one glance at an item and see everything all at once, because that just causes panic, but instead going to a point of clarity where I have an actual checklist, not a mental one, that I can tick through on each item and make a clear decision.
Yeah, I remember getting you set up in that process. In fact, you were basically the first coaching student for the Full-Time FBA coaching program back then.
Right. That's basically what happened. You coached me and taught me how to sell on Amazon, and then we built the business together from that point forward.
And look at where we are now. I mean, do you have the same moments of overwhelm or panic or paralysis?
Not over an individual sourcing decision, no. But I definitely have moments where I think, oh man, I have too much to get done today or something like that. But I don't get caught up in the mental anguish of whether or not to buy a particular item or how many to buy. I haven't done that in over a decade.
Yeah, exactly. Same here. And the reason for that is experience. It's the repetition and the practice that builds up that confidence. And I'm not saying that you need to spend a decade practicing before you'll grow your confidence, not by any stretch, but I am saying that you need to spend the time now working on your sourcing skills, getting that practice in, doing it correctly so that you'll be more confident 2 weeks from now and even more confident 2 months from now. I mean, you're going to be surprised how quickly you can transform your entire sourcing process and your confidence level with consistent practice.
I'm going to pick up on something you just said. It's not just getting practice, period. It's getting practice doing it correctly so that you're reinforcing the right methods and building up your muscle memory correctly. One of the things we do in our Momentum FBA membership is teach our students how to develop those skills and get that practice in with practical help through PDFs, templates, standard operating procedures that you can use to get you started on certain aspects of your business or refine it so that you're working more efficiently. We want you to be able to build a business the right way so that it's successful and sustainable for years to come.
And that's also why we put together the Profit Check 5 PDF for you to use as a checklist when you're sourcing. It's a way for you to cut through the decision fatigue and evaluate every potential inventory item in a methodical, systematic way to make a buying decision.
Because like we were talking about earlier, the key to building your confidence and your profits is to source with a system of repeatable checks so you can take the guesswork out of the data points for each potential buy. You can get the free Profit Check 5 at fulltimefba.com/profitcheck. And that's also where you can sign up for the free Profit Check Mastery class on October 9th.
Yeah, and as you're listening to this episode today, I want to encourage you that you can build up your confidence as you're sourcing this Q4. The Profit Check 5 isn't a simple checklist. It's a way to anchor your mindset. It's a way that you can work through this check on every single item that you're considering purchasing, and then you can rest assured, I've done my checks. I can buy with confidence.
Or I can pass on this with confidence. Because you're building a business here, not a hobby or a temporary side hustle. And one of the keys to a successful business is having systems in place that are moving you towards profits. You're not just relying on lightning to strike and make everything happen out of luck. You're actively building. And the Profit Check 5 will help you build a system around your sourcing decisions. You can get it free at fulltimefba.com/profitcheck. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Full-Time FBA Show. As a reminder, the links and the show notes for this episode can be found at fulltimefba.com/312 because we're on episode number 312.
And next week on the show, we're going to be talking about the silent killer of Amazon profits. Are we basically doing a murder mystery type?
We are now a true crime podcast.
Oh my gosh. Yep. But we're going to talk about what's going to kill your Amazon profits next week on the Full-Time FBA Show.
That's all for this episode of the Full-Time FBA Show. So head over to fulltimefba.com/podcast, where you'll find the show notes and links from this episode. While you're there, subscribe to our newsletter where you'll get several free downloads of our popular and helpful Amazon FBA resources. Now, take action on what you've learned today so you can find success at turning part-time hours into a full-time income with Amazon FBA.